Welcome back to WGAB, the GabCast. I'm Cameron Healy, and I'm with
Kathy Celestri.
Oh my gosh.
It's like the power team here at the Gabber this week, y'all.
Clearly.
Hey, Cam.
Yes?
What'd you do this weekend?
I saw Beetlejuice. Yeah.
Apparently it doesn't work.
I hope Nicole makes it work.
I don't know, man. If Michael Keaton could show up here on command, we would be so rich. Actually, it was the second time I went to see Beetlejuice. I went to see it Wednesday with a friend, and I loved it so much. I told Barry, I said, we have to watch Beetlejuice Friday night so we both remember it and go back. I thought it was better than the first one.
It was really good. I was really very happy that it had almost all of the same characters. I want to say it was all the same characters because I don't remember who. Like, what was his name? The dad didn't come back. He had no head.
The dad. So
that was crazy.
What was cool. When I saw it Wednesday, I'm like, oh, I bet that actor died, because that actor, I can't remember his name. He was also the principal in Ferris Bueller's Day Off, which I know you didn't see in the theaters.
I have seen it, but I have not seen it in theaters.
So he was. I did, because I'm old. So he was the dad. I'm like, oh, I bet he died, and because they did. No spoilers, but they did a really good job with like still having him there without the actor.
Yeah.
But he didn't die. He just, for whatever reason, wasn't in the movie. And then here's what's crazy.
I kind of like that. That's kind of fun.
I had completely forgotten that the original dead couple, the Maitlands in the first couple, the man was Alec Baldwin.
Yeah.
Like a super young Alec Baldwin.
I rewatched it and I was like, I wouldn't have recognized him. Like, he looks very different now to me. And maybe it's because of the glasses, but like he looks so different.
Well, it's the 30 years and raising teenagers, I think, does it to you. It just kills you. And then I think it was Gina Davis. She wasn't in it, but everybody else, like Catherine O'Hara, does not look like she's flippin' aged. No. I look older than Catherine O'Hara now. Winona Ryder has the same haircut as she had in the first movie.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting. I thought they were going to at least switch that up because she was quite literally a child in the movie. So it's like, why would a mother be having the same haircut?
Because she made a lot of money off of it with her ghost show.
Yeah, so she did do that, which makes sense.
When they open, so okay, we are going to have one spoiler. When they open on the movie, she's doing a show.
Yeah.
And as soon as I saw it, I turned to my friend. I'm like, oh, I bet it's a podcast. And it was not. It's not.
No, she did not have a podcast. She had her own little show, which I thought that was a cool concept to having correlation to the house and stuff. I thought that was interesting.
The whole thing was just great. Where did you go see it?
I actually saw it at this really, I'm trying to remember. I was with my boyfriend, and it's this one theater in Wesley Chapel that's like still old themed. Like, it has like all of the old stuff inside of it. It's really weird. I've never been to
Wesley Chapel can't possibly have an old movie theater. Wesley Chapel is like 10 years old.
Well, everything in there looked so old, and the seats didn't even have recliners. I was so pissed. I was so confused.
I don't want to break your heart, but when I was a kid, not only did the seats not have recliners, there were only 2 movie theaters in the multiplex.
Like the screenings?
There was only 2 places. Yeah, like the movie theater I went to. Yeah. There were 2.
Like twin, 2 screens.
It was the twin cinema, yes.
Oh, okay. I get what you mean.
So yeah, that was and they used to have to bag up their popcorn at the end of the night to reuse. I don't know if that's still a thing.
I have no idea how any of that works. I don't know.
Wild. I had a friend who was a projectionist, and I like learned all this stuff about it, but I don't think it works the same way. But I went to see it this is going to sound like an ad. It's not an ad. The Cobb Tyrone. Have you been to that?
Yes.
So we bought this pass last year and we renewed it. We get 1 ticket a month plus 2 friend tickets.
Okay.
And if you don't use them, they roll over. So we've got like 20 guest tickets and 20 tickets for me to use. And so I'm like, yeah, let's just keep going and see movies. And the seats recline and they have a place for your soda and your popcorn. And it just felt like old school going to the movies. Like, we all got out of the habit of that.
I go to movies all the time.
You got me back into it.
Really?
Barbenheimer.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I did go do that. I really did do the whole thing.
But I did the Oppenbarbie.
Oh, no. Yeah.
I did Oppenheimer first because I thought
that's
that
what I
would be
did
the
too.
movie that was so upsetting, and Barbie would be light and cheerful.
I figured I would want Barbie last because of the same thing. I want to feel happy at the end of the day.
Through the last half hour of Barbie.
Yeah, me too. I did cry. And
wild.
then Ice Spice and Nicki Minaj came on their song, and I was like, oh, so I'm crying from the scene before while they yell at me in a remix of Barbie. That was so bad.
So this is super hyper local movie insider information.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, but no, the Cobb, good popcorn. They put the butter in the middle.
Oh, that's actually not like, I want that. I want that every time.
That's a big deal. Like, I hate it when you get popcorn and then you have to go butter the top.
Like,
and then
figure out how to get it throughout the whole thing.
Then you get halfway through because the previews are almost over. And you're like, crap, now all I taste is stale popcorn.
I hate it so much. Like, I genuinely do.
Our struggle is real.
It's not buttered enough. I don't care.
So speaking of theaters, do we have any updates on the St. Pete Beach Theater? Do we have any idea when?
They are fully ripping things off the walls. There is basically nothing in there. There's no watching any movies anytime soon. I would say they said March 2025.
That'd be amazing.
Was their like goal,
and we're gonna hope that happens for them.
Oh, I absolutely think it can happen. They have been working all month. All of August. Yeah, August. They were ripping things off the walls. The stage is gone. The movie screen is gone. The floor, like they have cement floor in the front that they pulled out so then they can make a level floor. And they're going to have, instead of the concessions and tickets booth at the front, it's now going to be 2 bathrooms. And I thought it was really cute. She was Hannah Hockman. She's the manager and owner.
Hannah.
Hi, Hannah. Her family, they own the Beach Theater in St. Pete Beach. And she was saying how they're going to put speakers in the bathrooms because the theater used to have that.
Yes.
And I didn't even know that was a thing. I was like, that's actually genius.
Well, because it's only one screen.
Yeah.
So it's not
so
like...
it works that way.
Yeah.
Like
so
they're able to do that. I love that idea.
Once upon a time, I lived on the beach.
Once upon a time.
And Barry and I could walk to the Beach Theater and we would go watch a movie there. And it was, I mean, it's one movie. So it's definitely an adjustment, right? We're used to like the Cobb Cinema or whatever's downtown. And there's like, here's 50 movies, choose from them.
Yeah, right. Like
and you go in and you get like one theater and there's no assigned seating.
Yeah,
I do love my assigned seating.
I like that too.
Because I can get the back row.
I do the second to back. Like,
well,
I don't want, I don't know, something about it makes me feel like I have more space. I don't know why.
I ever since the guy walked into the theater and started shooting.
Oh my God. What a turn.
What movie was that? Joker or whatever?
Yeah, that was scary.
But it's not like that at the Beach Theater. It's actually, it's kind of cool. You get your popcorn and they have like room for 5 types of candy. Mm-hmm. And that's like what you buy. But it was like this really cool thing because the floors used to be black and white checkerboard.
Cute.
And it opened.
Set up.
That movie theater opened in 1939.
Yeah, it's old.
But it's older than me, at least.
Yeah, it is.
But I mean, a lot happened. It was a significant year for film. It was like The Wizard of Oz. I mean, it was like those different things happened. And, the guy who owned it, Mike, he was incredible. Like he had a house on Pass-A-Grille and he had worked on the movie The Punisher. He had worked on was that Marvel?
I don't know. I don't think I know that movie.
We're ladies. We don't know. It's one of them. It's either Marvel or DC, The Punisher. Sorry. He had worked on that. He had written for it. So he took some of the money that he made from that and he bought the Beach Theater.
Oh.
And when he bought it, it still needed a lot of work. Like he had told me about the floors. He had told me, I know he needed a new projector. Like he just said he had no idea how much upkeep it was going to take.
Yeah.
And then I think he went through a divorce and it got kind of ugly and money was tight. And then unfortunately he had diabetes and it was not like adult onset. It was like some weird, I wrote about this in the Gabber. Like I interviewed him, so I'm not just gossiping. He had like this
she
weird,
actually has the information.
He said it was like between part 1 and part 2 diabetes and they were having a really hard time with it. And he ended up in the hospital once because he had gone into a coma and his sister found him like the next day on the floor. And he was lucky that she found him. And it was like people thought he had a stroke because his whole left side wasn't functioning. It was because it had no blood flow because of how he landed. Then I guess something happened again and he died, and it was heartbreaking. Like, I talked to his sister and I was crying writing the article because he was beloved. And for the longest time, the marquee on the Corey Avenue Theater, it just, thanks for the memories, Mike. Like, and every time I drove by it, I would just start to cry because the guy, I mean, that's really being invested in your community. Like, his life was film. What can I do to make my community better? I'm going to buy this old theater and make it great.
Yeah.
And I mean, people loved it. His son would work the concession stand. They put butter in the middle.
As they should. They should be doing that.
I can't wait. Hurry up, Beach Theater.
I know. I'm excited.
Hey, September 22nd and 26th, the Cobb Theater is showing The Wizard of Oz.
Like the original?
There's not been a remake, yeah.
Well, what didn't Michael Jackson have some...
That was The Wiz. That was a little bit of a
I didn't even watch that. I just like figured it was like just a different version.
That was a different thing. We can go see it. You want to go see The Wizard of Oz?
Yeah, I feel like that would be so fun. Is it the colored one? It like goes in, it's the in color.
Have you seen The Wizard of Oz?
Yeah, but I thought it was like originally in black and white.
So no,
it's just the beginning, right?
The beginning is in black and white because black and white and color was still brand new.
Yeah, I thought they didn't have it honestly at that time.
So this was one of the first major motion pictures to use it, and it was a big deal, and that was how they knew it was a dream sequence. So
yeah.
So we can go see it.
Yay!
And you guys can meet us at the movies.
Yeah, so...
That was fun.
And
there's a dog here now.
I know. I'm so excited.
Should I get up so you can pet the dog?
We will be right back. No, we're not really going to be right back. You have to keep going. We're talking... You said you wanted to talk about Pat or like somebody new.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So pretend we moved.
So this is where you put in the part with the dog.
Dog goes in middle of me and Kathy segments.
In the segments, not in the middle here. Although the dog was in the middle here, don't get confused, Nicole. It's gonna be fun.
Okay, guys, don't. Yeah, hopefully
right,
Chad and Nicole get that. That makes sense. Ew. Okay, we're back.
Do you want me to do the clappy thing?
I don't know. I don't think we really. I don't know. Do it again, I guess. Oh my gosh.
I could do the friends clap. That's not right.
I don't feel... Yeah, I was like trying to listen to it. That was not good. Okay,
all right, we're back.
Welcome back to WGAB, the GabCast. Wasn't that super cute? Wasn't that super fun? The little puppy dog.
I'm going to steal Xena.
Oh, no. You need to pay.
They said she had been there for like a month?
Yeah, they were saying 4 weeks. We all know what that means. That's sad.
So
that's upsetting.
Yeah, what they told us was that dog adoptions are really slow right now. So if you have the ability to adopt a dog and you've been thinking about adopting a dog, but you just haven't yet, please go adopt a dog right now. The shelters are getting full right now. Well, I mean, after this podcast.
Yeah.
You can listen to it in the car on the way
on your way there.
But they are, the shelters, I know there's another one that last month said they were full, couldn't accept any more animals. Please, if you're thinking about a dog, Xena's great. There's other great dogs, and they just need somebody to love them and apparently give them all the cheese.
Yes, all of the treats and cheese in the world. That's
really all I need too.
Really?
If you
I do like some sweet treats and cheese.
I wouldn't mind some brie.
I want a cheesecake.
Anyway, speaking of things we want
reporters.
We want a news editor. We love Patrick, but for much the same reason, people are not able to adopt dogs right now. Patrick is moving out of the area, and that comes down to money. Bye, Pat. I'll see you later. So I don't want to give away too much of Pat's personal business, but we know people aren't adopting dogs because affordable housing is hard to find, and then you tack dog red onto it. Well, that affordable housing is hard to find whether or not you have a dog, and Patrick came to us right out of college. He's been doing a great job, but he has decided that it makes sense for him to move to an area of the country where it is substantially less money to live.
Oh, yeah. Way cheaper.
Which sucks for us, but leaves us with a huge opportunity. And that is we are hiring a news and politics reporter, and depending on your experience, perhaps a news and politics editor.
Yes.
Cameron is
I'm super excited.
In charge of the overall editing, but we need somebody who can cover South Pinellas city council meetings, not St. Pete. Mm-hmm. We need somebody who can work on elections. We need somebody who can unpack what it means when the city does something. Like, so
in
that's
very simple terms.
right. That's the hardest
Very
part of the
simple.
job is
Yes.
that the nature of bureaucracy is obfuscation, which means that everything they write is almost impossible to understand because they have these $50 words. When I was a City Hall reporter, and it's the same thing I expect from our City Hall. I keep going over here because that's where the news desk sits, right over there. I always figured my job was to take all that bureaucratic blah, 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 and make it palatable so that somebody with an 8th grade education can understand it.
That's
because
what I think of.
You know what happens when people don't understand what their government is doing? They don't trust their government.
Yeah.
And it's
they
not
need to
that
learn the words too.
It's not that your government's necessarily doing anything wrong. And most times they aren't, but nobody likes being
Nobody's
talked down to.
explaining it in a way that will make sense to you.
Right. So what the City Hall agendas and the minutes and all that, if you just try and read them, what it reminds me of, do you remember, probably didn't happen to you because you are tall and beautiful.
Oh.
But when I was in high school, the tall and beautiful popular girls like to sit around and whisper at each other and make jokes and laugh.
Okay.
And I was never a part of that clique.
Okay.
So I always felt like, well, are they laughing at me? So that's what it's
so there's
like
confusion.
with City Hall reporting is like, oh, I don't understand any of this. And it's
Does this
overwhelming
pertain to me.
And I started to hate those girls. They might not have been laughing at me. They could have just been telling jokes about, I don't know, their Lamborghinis or whatever the hell they had in high school.
No, that's funny anyways.
I thought, oh, well, this is about me.
Yeah.
And so I think the same thing applies when people look at those word salads that the city's put out and they're like, oh, this is probably going to affect me and I don't know how. And they start to get fear. They start to get angry. So our job as the newspaper is to make sure all that stuff makes sense so that people know what's happening and they can feel better about at least what they know. Like, even if they don't agree with it, then they can speak intelligently and go to their council member, call, show up at a meeting, write a letter. But if nobody's doing that, it just breeds fear and hatred.
Yeah.
And so our job is to be the explainers of things.
So do you feel like you want to explain these things to people? Do you feel like you have a sense of city jargon? Political jargon.
So we had somebody who has applied, and I don't know if this person's going to work out, but one of the things I liked about them is they had worked for government. So they know how to unpack government.
Yes.
But there are a lot of good news reporters out there. We are fun, right?
We are fun.
What's the only
Have you
rule
not
here?
watched the podcast? What's the rule?
No high fives.
Oh my God.
I don't let my reporters high fives ever,
Oh,
unless it's really good. But other than that, we're having a good time.
I'll
And
high five you behind her back.
you're not supposed to tell me that.
Okay. Stand up. Fight for your right to high five.
As you
And for
can
your
tell-
right to learn about your city council and what's going on in your city.
As you can tell, we are not a very stodgy newsroom. If you think you fit the bill, email me, Kathy, Cathy, at thegabber.com. We really need somebody who believes in community in this position, who has some good journalistic skills, and doesn't mind that Kev and I can get a little silly.
It's just a silly little office. We just want to write silly little articles that are very serious.
Serious news articles.
Yeah.
So
All of them are serious, but we just...
look,
Cute. We're
it can
cute.
get really overwhelming if we don't laugh, because otherwise you just sob.
You have to laugh
into
through
the corner.
the pain sometimes.
Seriously, though, please, if you're thinking about applying, if you've seen the job at journalismjobs.com or on our website or in the paper, now is the time. Reach out. I'm not afraid to tell you no, but I'll be nice about it. And I'm sure I won't. The perfect person is watching this podcast right now. All right.
Well, we will see you all next week on WGAB, the GabCast. Bye.
Little high five.
Oh my gosh. That's crazy.
That's okay. I'll give you candy.
Okay.
Bye.
Okay, bye. Welcome back to WGAB, the GabCast. We are here with Jessica, and instead of a cat, we have... Who is this?
This is Xena.
Hello.
Yes, she is a 9-year-old little gremlin, and we love her. Yes.
She's perfect.
She's got a lot to say on the GabCast today about how much more she deserves some more treats, for the most part.
Yeah, she definitely deserves
How
all
she
the
should
treats
get
in the
all
world.
the treats all the time.
So how did you guys get her?
So Xena came to us from another shelter. We work with a lot of municipal shelters. Those are shelters run by, the Pinellas County, Manatee County, things like that. Because most of the time they are open intake shelters, which means that they have to take everything that comes in their door. And so they can get over capacity very quickly and be forced to make a lot of tough decisions just because of that capacity level.
So how has she been in your shelter? What's she like?
Great. She is just a little goofball. She loves people. She's very. I'm gonna let her get down if she wants. She loves people. She's very food motivated. She does want to be the only princess in her house.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's understood. I want to be too.
This is a weird perspective because it makes her look like she's very tall, but she's in fact very short.
We are
she's
on
got
a bench.
Very short little legs.
Hello.
Yeah, so she's got that small body, thick frame, small stature kind of dog.
We can add a photo. We'll add a photo and give you guys a specific. Hello, you're so cute. I love her.
You're so okay. Good girl.
Oh my gosh, yeah. So how is the process going with, the cat box and just like the animal shelter in general? What's happening so far?
It's great. So the cat box is doing great.
Perfect.
Yeah, I will say that, we have a lot of great dogs right now. We're very full of dogs. We have a small capacity for dogs anyway, but all of our kennels are full right now, and we have a lot of wonderful dogs waiting for adoption. And it's crazy, people talk about, what kind of dogs you can find at the shelter. You can find little short stacks like this. We have a purebred German Shepherd right now too. So you can find little dogs, big dogs, funny dogs, shy dogs, whatever kind of personality or type of dog you're looking for, you really can find those at your local shelter. So that's why I always recommend checking there first, because we can almost guarantee you that we can find the dog that you're looking for.
Yeah, exactly. I did just go to the cat box and to the shelter. Yay. If you haven't seen our video, it's on Instagram and Facebook and TikTok, guys. Yes. Look at our TikTok. It's really cute. So that was super fun, especially as somebody who can't own an animal right now. People can go and just see. Yes, absolutely. People are always welcome in to come in and say hi, take pictures, share. That's always helpful. Yeah. So what are some updates, any events or things that have happened since we've seen you last?
So we're full steam ahead for our gala. I think we talked about it last time, but now we're in the final couple weeks. There are still tickets and tables available. So we are looking for people that want to come and have a good night while supporting Friends of Strays. So your ticket gets you dinner. It's an open bar. We have dancing, live auction, silent auction things. And I don't think I mentioned this last time, but there will be a miniature haunted house.
Oh my gosh. How is that going to work?
Yeah. So the theme is Nightmare Before Catmas, kind of loosely based off the movie of a similar name.
A similar name. We all know.
Right. Copyright, whatever. But
don't tell anybody.
Yeah. But yeah, so we have a spooky festive theme. We're going to have a black Christmas tree with these little mystery boxes underneath it. We're going to have the little haunted house. It's going to be pretty small scale, but it'll still be really fun. So anybody who loves the holidays or spooky season, it's definitely going to be the event for you. It's October 5th on a Saturday. It starts at 7 p.m. and the party's going until 11 p.m. this year.
Super fun.
Yeah. So it's such a fun time, and our galas are legitimately a good time. They're not stuffy and boring. People will be up dressed up in costume. People get really into our themes. So it's going to be a good time.
Oh, well, that's so exciting.
Yeah.
And is there any other fun stuff that are just one day events, not just the gala going on?
Yeah, so we do have another kitten yoga coming up as well.
Ooh,
so,
how did the first one go?
It went so good. Everybody had a good time. It's called Cats and Mats, and we have a wonderful yoga instructor, Crystal, who tells everybody how to do the things. And then we have a couple of volunteers who help manage the kittens and make sure everybody's safe and having a good time, but also, like arranges the kittens so they jump on top of people and like play and everything. And so everybody had just like a really fun time. It was our first one last month. We're planning to probably do it monthly. So the next one is September 28th.
Yeah.
There are tickets available, but because it's a small space, they do sell out fast. So, well, not sell, it's like a recommended donation. But
yeah.
So we have that coming up. And then I don't know if you guys will be there, but also on September 28th is the West St. Pete Community Festival.
Okay.
That's put on by CONA, the Council of Neighborhood Associations in St. Pete. And it's over in Azalea Park, so it's just a little bit outside of Gulfport, but it's going to be a really cool event. It's the second year. It was a lot bigger last year than they expected, but it's an event to kind of bring attention to like community resources, community organizations, community programs, and also like local vendors and things. But also give West St. Pete some love, since a lot of the attention goes to like downtown or out on the beach. So that's on the 28th. It's from 2 to 7 is when like all the vendors will be there, but there's live music throughout the day from like 2 to 9. So it'll be a really cool event.
That is
too.
super exciting. Are you guys going to bring animals, or are you going to just have
it'll just
a
be
little booth?
it'll just be our table. It's a pretty long day to bring animals to.
Absolutely.
And it's still a little bit hot out too, so we don't want to make any of our dogs have to sit out there in the heat and pant away their
I know.
when they could stay in the air conditioning at the shelter. So yeah, so it'll just be us, but we'll have some cool giveaways and just some cool information about how you can help out.
Perfect. Yeah. Well, she's actually been super good on the bench.
She has been. I think she thinks she's a member of the
GabCast.
Yeah, she's
You're
like,
on the GabCast.
Yes. Do you want to? What'd you think?
She did it.
She's
she
like,
couldn't.
no, I got shy. You got camera shy. Here.
She was like, I don't know what to say.
Boop. You good girl. So she is on, I should mention that she is on special diet foods. So she has a history of having bladder stones, which can be caused by, mineral buildup. So but she's on, it's called CD. It's just a special diet food that you can get. But she's doing good with it. She really likes it. That's actually what I'm giving her right now. It's not even a real treat, but she thinks it is. So, you know.
Oh my God, yes.
She's like, I don't know that it's not cookie.
It looks like it, so it works. That's all that matters.
Yeah. But that's not a problem. It's just one of her many qualities.
Of course. So, did you say how old she was, or did I not hear that?
Yeah, she is 9 years old. But she's still a baby.
No, absolutely. She thinks she's a baby. She's
exactly.
like, I deserve all the love and attention.
Yes. And she does. She would prefer to be the only baby in the house. Just because she likes to keep all the attention for herself.
So how does adopting a dog work compared to adopting a cat like we've talked about?
So it's about the same. It's a one-page application. If you have another dog at home, and we do recommend doing a meet and greet with the other dog at the shelter just to see if everybody vibes. But if we know a dog doesn't get along with other dogs, we try to let people know that ahead of time. So like Zena would rather not have a home with other dogs. We're not really sure about like cats, and then maybe older kids would be better just because she can like jump and stuff sometimes. So it's just that one-page application, as long as there are any like red flags on there about like being honest about how many pets you have, and or just saying that you will keep your dog in your house and in your own yard. You won't let them free roam. Same as with dogs, you can't do that in Pinellas County. We try to practice open adoptions that have low barriers. We want people to give loving homes to pets, and so we try to make it as simple as possible.
Okay, awesome. Well, Sienna is looking for a lovely home, and she's obviously such a good girl.
Yeah, she's being so
not
good.
even doing anything, honestly. This is what I'm gonna expect from her if I were to take her home.
Yeah, she's a very sweet girl. She's so funny. She was getting sassy with me on the ride over. She's like, I'm ready to be there, and she was just staring at me like, what? Are we there yet? Like, it's so cute.
She was good in the car.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
She enjoyed it. Now she's trying to eat all the treats out of my pocket.
She said, I found them. Those are mine.
Those are mine. Those are for me. You can't have them.
Oh my gosh. Well, thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having us.
I'm so happy we have a little puppy on. Yeah. That's so fun. Well, we will see you next time on WGAB, the GabCast.